Antoine Walker, you earned over $100 million in the NBA after 13 seasons, and then 2 years later, it was all gone. You filed for bankruptcy. Now you're telling your cautionary tale, working with Morgan Stanley. Why are you doing it?
Well, obviously, when I went through my bankruptcy in 2010, and just seeing where I spent my money and the mass of my money at and how I lost it, I felt like it was a need and kind of my duty to kind of get back out here and try to educate young guys on making the right decisions with their money. I did so many meaningless things with my money, and I finally see the opportunity to say, hey, let me come out here and help guys out so they don't make the same mistakes I made. But it took me going through my bankruptcy and actually really going through my finances and really seeing where I lost my wealth at.
And Drew Hawkins, why do so many gifted young athletes go bankrupt? I think the statistic is that 1 in 6 NFL players will go bankrupt within 12 years after retirement.
Yeah, it's a high statistic, and it happens for a variety of reasons. Lack of education in terms of understanding how investments work, how to save, how to be disciplined, how to focus. These individuals are getting large sums of money in a short period of time at a young age of their lives, and often are not ready to deal with how to get these things invested. The other thing that takes place is, as far as planning is concerned, and not having a solid plan, thinking about what you want to do, and the fact that your careers can be short-lived, you have high earning years, then it's just not promised to you in terms of when it's going to happen. So having a tight game plan with regards to what you're going to do and thinking about retirement and other areas that you have an opportunity to work with are some of the big challenges that these athletes face.
Antoine, if you were to pinpoint exactly what happened to you, what would it be?
A combination of things. The first thing would be obviously living a very expensive, lavish lifestyle for myself and my friends, and then obviously investing in real estate and while playing. Just not being there watching the growth and the everyday activity really hurt me. Putting my wealth in somebody else's hands was not the right thing to do, and ultimately ended up costing me at the end.
And now can you talk about how you've overcome that psychological trauma, made the comeback, and what you're doing now?
Really just because I wanted to brand myself better than what people thought. I mean, you know, you get all these people writing different articles about you and things and want to know how you lost your wealth. I wanted to get an opportunity to tell my story my way in the correct way, but also make it a learning tool and obviously being able to be a part of Morgan Stanley and have a platform and actually have, you know, the expertise behind me to make sure that I'm making the right decision, and also that I'm telling people the things to say. So I'm excited, I'm ecstatic about the opportunity to have this platform and looking forward to it. And it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life to be able to come back and tell my story, and hopefully we can change that percentage. I saw you throw out a couple percentages right there, but hopefully we can change that and bring that number down.
And you're also working with NFL star Bart Scott on this program. Drew, can you talk about the Morgan Stanley program to help young athletes?
Sure. We are working with Bart and Antoine. We created Global Sports and Entertainment for a variety of reasons. It's a dedicated division within the firm dealing with the specific, unique needs that athletes and entertainers face consistently as it relates to their finances and investments. We've got a group of specialized advisors that have deep training and have a healthy length of experience in working with these individuals. And for us, having an opportunity to bring Bart and Antoine on board, a big area for us is financial education, having an opportunity to go back and, as you heard Antoine say, reduce these statistics. Being able to bring a practical side to this solution and have these individuals share their real life stories, but being able to match that along with areas that these individuals can follow, being able to educate them in things that they need to do early out of the gate, about budgeting, about saving, about having smart spending habits, and then being able to take that and apply it to their regular lives as it relates to college students potentially looking to graduate, obviously, and moving on in their careers, as well as individuals that we work with at early stages of their careers coming into the leagues as athletes, or those that are entering into the entertainment or into the music arena as well.
And then finally, Antoine, we have the NBA draft coming up in a few weeks. If you were to tell one of these top draft choices, after they shake Adam Silver's hand and they put on their hats, if you were to give them some advice, what would you tell them?
Obviously, partner up with a Morgan Stanley or somebody in the financial world. Take a hands-on approach to your finances. Learn everything you possibly can learn. And then obviously when you're dealing with your family, because that's usually the first thing, you know, young guys want to do, they want to take care of their family. Get the word no in your vocabulary, because it's going to be very difficult to do. But if you want to have some money when you get 35 and 40 years old, you're going to have to use the word no and put yourself on a real tight budget. if you can do those things coming out, you'll be in good shape.
Thanks a lot, Antoine.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you very much for being here.
And thank you for watching The Street.